G'day guys, my name is Lord Tomo, here again with another Sonic the Hedgehog toy item collectible review. As you already know, I am Lord Tomo, here again with the Blue Star. Let's Sonic the Hedgehog seems to be holding my bike chain. Now guys, we'll never find out where he gets up to with me these days. So let's get into the actual review itself. Now, I did say I was going to do the 10th anniversary statue review. That will be by next month for sure. Start a new month, start a new sort of thing. So I figured I'd do a quick review more or less with this. I know it isn't, you know, the most extravagant sort of thing ever, but I figured it is unique within its own right, so I figured I might as well talk about it, you know, open discussion sort of thing. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog Yo-Yo Advance. Now, I say advanced, but obviously it's not advanced, but it's more or less to do with the whole promotion of the Advance series for the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog Advance and Sonic the Hedgehog Advance 2. It's kind of like a promotional item for those two games sort of things. You can tell clearly from the actual back, obviously, what more or less I was referring to. Now, of course, I'm going to take it out. I will show you guys, you know, all the intricate little details of this thing. But as per the norm, let's talk about packaging, which is probably going to take a few seconds, if that. It is held in this little plastic sleeve. It was more or less released in Japan, kind of a promotional aspect of things for the Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Advance 2. Kind of makes you want to, I guess, buy them, for the better of the word. So this is kind of like a promotional thing. I'm not entirely sure on the full system as to how they went about doing it, as if they kind of had like a pre-order, if they kind of had an install sort of thing. I'm not 100% sure. I know it was kind of a promotional item for the game. As to how they went about doing it, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, if you guys know, please hit me, you know, send me an email, drop me a line in the comments. I'm more than happy to obviously correct myself, and if not, recreate this video and give proper dues to those who actually help me out. But yeah, the packaging is just a little packaging. There's nothing too over the top now. I did open this up, so as per the name, there's absolutely nothing in besides obviously the yo-yo and this little pamphlet of sorts. I'll show you the pamphlet. It's GBA, obviously Game Boy Advance, and you have a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog, and you obviously have Game Boy Advance. Pretty nice. It does open up, but before we get into that, let's check out the back. This has obviously Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Advance 2, and it has a whole bunch of stuff. I think it went for 3,990 yen, which I think is 10 bucks. I'm not 100% sure actually, but it is obviously that ish. And you obviously have Sega at the very bottom. Nothing too crazy in that regard. Open it up and it's got more details. Before I open up obviously this bit, I'll show you this other bit. It's basically just kind of more promotion, Sonic the Hedgehog tales, and obviously it's various stitches. I actually quite enjoyed the Sonic Advance series, to be honest with you. I really digged it. A lot of people didn't, but you know what, I did. Obviously, let's open it up, and it has more promotional stuff. You have Sonic Advance 3 here, and its abilities to combine. Interesting gimmick. I'm not 100%. Another game, Puyo Puyo. Alright, and the shine. You know, I absolutely love this series, Shining Force. You have absolutely no idea. I just wish they more or less brought it over to the US, or, you know, translated. The Shining series has always been one of my favorite series, especially from the Sega Mega Drive, and you know, back in that time. I know there's more games coming out like Shining Arc, Shining Feathers, and other ones, but Japan exclusive, that obviously irritates me. But yeah, that's the game. Nice concept, nice design, pretty nice. So for the most part, you know, it's pretty nice, I guess, decent thing that they've done with this, which is alright. I think this is more fun to talk about than the actual yo-yo, because as per the name, this is the yo-yo. It just has your standard little cabling. You can yo-yo, of course, and you just have a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog saying something in Japanese. I'm not 100% sure what it says, but I'm sure it says something catchy. It comes in a I guess not fluorescent, kind of like a transparent sort of luminous sort of plastic, where you can actually shine light across it, and you can actually have a reflective surface. Like the batch is exactly the same, nothing different. And of course, it looks like you can obviously rotate that. As to why you would do that is beyond me, but you can, of course, if you want to. So look guys, that's pretty much that's all there is to talk about this actual yo-yo, other than the fact that it was obviously released in Japan exclusively, of course, and obviously it's more or less a promotional thing than anything else. Now, of course, as per the name, where did I get it? Japan, of course. I actually have a contact, a friend of sorts that lives in Japan, who basically you know, I help her out. I give her a small commission to help me out as best I can. She goes, you know, if she sees anything in Japan that might be Sonic related, she might, you know, buy it for me, or take a picture and say, hey, look, this is what I found. Are you interested in buying it? I'll say yes, no, whatever. And yeah. So this is obviously one of the items that she obviously picked up for me, and you know, I quite liked it. I think I actually got this a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. No, I'll say 3 years ago there, and it cost me about really maybe $20, all up, postage and handling plus commission and all that sort of stuff. Which, you know, it's awesome. You know, it's a little nice piece from Japan. I tend to like to collect certain things from around the world. Obviously, Australia doesn't have exclusives as such. I did obviously review a few years ago, not years ago, I think it was last year. My channel's only I've been for about 2 years, but yeah, there's a few things obviously Australia exclusive, but you know, things from Japan is also pretty nice, and things from Europe, America, and all that sort of stuff also bonus. So yeah, I got it roughly about for $20. Rarity, look, I haven't really seen this in any, you know, US Amazon, eBay, or anything like that, let alone any like Japanese websites. So I can't really say with 100% rarity. I'll probably give this maybe 6.5 stars out of 10, simply because it's unique within its own right, but the reason I haven't seen a real demand for it, so I can't really say with 100% certainty if this is like super rare, because there are some items which are classed as rare, but not a lot of people really want them, and of course if you don't want them, then it kind of defeats the purpose of being rare. The actual company, I can't say with 100% sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's manufactured in obviously Japan by Sega. It does have a website that's a sega.jp, so I'm guessing it's some Japanese subcontractor, I don't know. But yeah, so guys, tell me what you think. Tell me if you hate it, like it. Tell me your thoughts, and I shall come back with you next week with another review. You know guys, speed on and take care.